तारा साहब को लिए चलते हैं। वफाकी वज़ीर इत्तलात अता तारर तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं।
Towards a cashless economy to ensure transparency and financial inclusion. The reason Prime Minister decided to chair this committee himself is because he believes in technology and he believes that financial services to citizens should be based on technology. During his tenure as the Chief Minister of Punjab, he initiated the first IT board, which is known as the Punjab IT board today. It was the first public sector organization based on technology. And in an era where there was no Zoom, because we became acquainted with the application of Zoom during the COVID days, the first video conferencing service in the public sector was introduced by Shehbaz Sharif Sahab as the Chief Minister. And the reason was that he did not want people who were posted in far-flung areas of the Punjab, somewhere in Bahawalpur or Dera Ghazi Khan or Multan, to travel all the way to Lahore to attend meetings. And there began a journey of technological advancement, of inclusion and efficiency. And it wasn't only restricted to that. When the flagship project of distributing laptops on merit, when it was introduced, there was a lot of criticism. But the reason why our economy sustained during the COVID days was because a lot of people were working from home. A lot of people were obtaining online education. So I think in the era of technological advancement, this is a very welcome step. And the government of Pakistan fully supports this initiative. And we believe that integration with regard to technology, with regard to financial inclusion, with regard to making it easy for citizens to become a part of this process and to enable them to use technology and to use these services in the platform that they're already using. So I think it's a great step, it's a great collaboration, and I would like to not only appreciate this initiative, but I would also like to assure you on behalf of the Prime Minister, on behalf of the government of Pakistan, that wherever there is introduction of technology, wherever there is collaboration between two industries, be it the telecom services, be it the technological advancement, be it internet banking, wherever these three aspects come together, you will always find the government of Pakistan standing with you shoulder to shoulder, supporting your initiatives. This great initiative between Zindagi, Zong and GS Bank, and I'm glad you called it Z Wallet because in the era of Gen Z, Z Wallet makes a lot of sense. So a pertinent name for a pertinent initiative. So I would also like to assure you that in the next cashless economy meeting, we will be not only highlighting this aspect, but we will make it part of the press release issued by the Prime Minister's office so that other people can follow this example. And you've taken the lead. I've restricted myself to my heartfelt sentiments and I've not done any paper reading today. And Randhawa Sahab and I have worked together back in the day, so we know each other. So thank you very much. And once again, my deepest appreciation to GS Bank, to Zindagi and to Zong for coming together and making financial inclusion a reality and making the lives of ordinary citizens very easy, and for combining internet banking, connectivity, technology all together to make the experience of the end user convenient. Thank you very much, and Pakistan Zindabad.
बाद में वफाकी वज़ीर इत्तलात अता तारर तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि हुकूमत माली शमूलियत पर यकीन रखती है। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कैशलेस इकानमी पर आला सतह कमेटी कायम की है। वफाकी वज़ीर इत्तलात अता तारर गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि वज़ीर-ए-आज़म टेक्नोलॉजी और मालियाती निज़ाम के इंज़माम पर यकीन रखते हैं। बिलाल अज़हर कियानी गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं। आपको बराह रास्त उधर चलते हैं।
Light on what the government is doing in this space and how this particular launch today will help that journey. The Prime Minister has been leading the Pakistan cashless initiative himself. There is a committee which he chairs himself, all the provinces. But equally importantly, have private sector representation as well. The head of the PBA is there, Atta Tarar, two of the digital players representatives are there. And therefore, we've ended up having a very robust and very constructive set of debates and meetings in those committees over the past over a year now, which resulted in us setting some very defined KPIs, very defined targets, which we've been pursuing over the past year. So we split the initiative into 3 buckets. The first, or pillars. The first one was digital payments, adoption and innovation, which related to basically enabling the technology and the growth of adoption of digital payments by the Pakistani citizens and across the country as a whole. The adoption of digital payments by merchants, that number stood at 500,000 merchants in June last year. We had a target of achieving quadrupling that number to 2 million this June, and we've been able to cross that figure. So over the past year, we've been able to achieve merchants who have adopted digital payments of around 2.03 million as of end of June 2026. Similarly, we had a target of increasing the number of digital banking users from 95 million last June to 120 million users this past June, so June 2025 versus June 2026. And we were able to take that number to around 137 million, if my memory serves me correctly. And similarly, we also significantly increased the number of digital transactions that were carried out. One of the things we did for this was, obviously, I think the growth of RAST has played a very important role in this. And the government also subsidized the MDR charges for the adoption of payment through QR codes. That we believe has also played a part. We still feel that there's a long way to go on the digital payments adoption side. We feel, and this is one of the conversations we were having with JS Bank earlier today, that a lot still needs to be done to make the digital payment experience better for the citizen, for the user, for the customer, especially with QR codes. And that's one thing that we are now focusing on, especially with the private sector players. Similarly, on the government payment side, there has been a major effort to try and digitize government payments. And not just to digitize, partially, but fully. And when we started this initiative, when we spoke to some of the government agencies, the DG of the passport office is here, and he was also the chairman CDM, and he played a very critical role in helping us move the digitization of CDA forward over the past year. Whenever we'd speak to an entity, they would say that we are fully digital in our payments, and what that seemed to mean was transferring an amount online from one place to another, but then issuing checks. So we really decided to have a very stringent definition of what digital meant, which meant you press a button at one end and the amount is received at the other end. No one should have to visit an office. No one should require human interaction. And by that standard, we've now tried to move government payments to RAST rails. That is not only limited to the federal government, but also the provincial governments. And so the finance division has taken it upon itself, upon the Prime Minister's directions, to coordinate this effort with the government, with the provincial governments as well. So I'll just give you a couple of figures. I think that the G2P, government to person payments, and person to government payments stood at 17 trillion and 24 trillion rupees respectively as of June 2025. That's a huge amount every year that is being paid or that is being moved. And the objective was to make all of this fully digital. So I'll give you an example. Last June 2025, the G2P payments of centralized entities stood at only 9% digitization. Now they stand at, they've been, 76% of those have been digitized, from 9% to 76%. Similarly, self-accounting entities stood at 5% digitization, and now stand at 75%. One other thing I'd like to highlight is, as you know, that the Benazir Income Support Program, BISP, as you know it, has over 10 million beneficiaries who get direct cash transfers. That has now been completely digitized. And within this year, what that means is that every BISP beneficiary will have a digital wallet, and the amount will be transferred to their digital wallet, which will be effectively nothing short of a bank account. An account, a wallet that they can use to pay their utility bills, an account and wallet that they can use to transfer funds, an account or a wallet that they can use to withdraw cash. This is a major transformation for those who are the most underprivileged, and the same beneficiaries previously have had to receive a code that they have had to take to an agent, and then that has itself entailed a cost and deductions. So that friction has been completely removed. But nonetheless, there's a long way to go, and the objective of the government is twofold that we are working towards together with the provinces. Certain high-impact entities have been identified, of which CDA, of which Passport Office, NADRA, NHA, transport authorities, the gas companies, the power companies. These have been identified as the priority companies where digitization can have the most impact in terms of creating convenience for the Pakistani citizen, and also the most effect in terms of digitizing payments across the board. But the objective is eventually twofold as far as government payment digitization is concerned. Firstly, all G2P payments have to be completely digitized, which means that all G2P payments can only be digital. The objective is eventually no checks. Any person who is getting paid by the government, whether it's an employee, whether it's a pensioner, whether it's a vendor, everyone should be receiving payments only digitally by the government or any government-owned entity at all. That's what we're working towards. On the other end, we're also working to ensure that all P2G payments are digitized, but that has a slightly different definition in the sense that we don't want to disempower the citizen of the cash option yet, but we want to ensure that whenever any citizen is going to pay the government anywhere, whether it's for a motor vehicle license, whether it's the toll tax, whether it's an electricity bill, whatever service they're paying for, they should have the option of paying it with, they should have at least one digital option to make that payment. So that's what we're working towards. That is what every government agency and department in the federal and provincial governments is working towards, and this particular committee is working on. We'll continue this journey in the days to come, and we will definitely be needing the support and guidance and collaboration and partnership and advice of the private sector in this journey. So I just thought, like I do everywhere I go, I'd use this opportunity, and this seemed like a relevant place to share this update and getting advice and lessons from the experience of both Zong and JS in this journey that we can use for policy making and better improve our cashless initiative. So with that, I'd like to appreciate JS Bank and Zong once again and thank them once again for the opportunity and congratulate you all. Thank you very much.
इस्लामाबाद में वज़ीर मुमलिकत ख़जाना बिलाल अज़हर कियानी तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। कैशलेस इकॉनमी के लिए अमली इकदाम किए जा रहे हैं, ऐसा कहना है बिलाल अज़हर कियानी का। डिजिटल अदायगी के फ़रोग़ के लिए हुकूमत और प्राइवेट सेक्टर मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं। डिजिटल अदायगी इख्तियार करने वाले ताजरों की तादाद अब 20 लाख हो गई है। वज़ीर मुमलिकत ख़जाना बिलाल अज़हर कियानी की जानिब से ये गुफ्तगू की गई है और डिजिटल बैंकिंग सार्फिन की तादाद उन्होंने बताया कि 13 करोड़ 70 लाख पर पहुँच चुकी है।